Today, I'm sharing the real, unfiltered story behind how I made my first $1 million from mobile games. And spoiler alert, it didn't happen overnight and it wasn't as glamorous as you might think. You might picture a game developer hitting it big with one lucky game, but my journey was filled with sleepless nights, endless challenges, and believe it or not, lots of small steady wins that built up over time. I want to take you behind the scenes, not just to inspire you, but to actually show you what it takes to get to this level. By the end of this video, you should learn some key lessons that should either make or break your game dev journey. Let's start from the beginning. When I got into game development, I didn't have much. Definitely not stacks of cash to throw around. What I had was determination and a vision. I knew I loved games and I wanted to make something meaningful. But I quickly realized one thing: my strengths were in marketing and not coding. So instead of forcing myself to be the best coder, I decided to play towards my strengths. I focused on what I was good at: marketing, building hype, and understanding what players wanted. And for the technical side, I outsourced it. Even though I was starting with very little money, I found ways to partner with developers and only handle parts of the process where I felt I could bring the most value. So, lesson number one, don't try do it all if you don't have to. Focus on what you're good at and don't be afraid to delegate or bring others on board. In the beginning, I was tempted to create the next big, unique game. But the reality is, innovation is only a small part of the success in mobile gaming. I realized I needed to focus on what was already working in the industry and follow that blueprint. Take it from me, it's much easier to succeed when you learn from what's already working in your niche. Don't reinvent the wheel, observe what's working, add your own twist, and take it from there. Over time, you'll find ways to make it unique. My first profitable game didn't make hundreds of thousands overnight, but I stuck to proven concepts and gradually built it up. Here's the truth that no one tells you. Most of my early games didn't make me rich, but each game brought in a bit more money, a bit more experience, and those were my small wins. I saved and reinvested every dollar I could, improving the games and building the next ones. Think of it as a snowball effect. Each small win compounds. It wasn't glamorous, but it was strategic. If I'd only focused on hitting a home run with my first game, I probably would have given up. But by reinvesting and compounding each win, that's how I eventually hit $1 million. If you're just starting out, remember, first big win is really just a series of small wins stacked on top of each other. Let's get real. Game development is not for the faint of heart. There were times I barely slept, times where I wondered if this journey is even worth it. The constant testing, updating, and keeping up with market trends, it was exhausting. But it's also where you build resilience. When you're feeling burnt out or ready to give up, remember why you started. For me, it was about creating something meaningful and ultimately gaining the freedom to live life on my own terms. That vision kept me going. And if you're serious about making it in game development, you need to find your why, because that's what's going to keep you in the game even when things get tough. So let's recap some of the biggest lessons that helped me achieve financial freedom with mobile games. Number one, play to your strengths. Focus on what you're good at and don't be afraid to outsource the rest. Number two, follow a blueprint. Don't try to innovate too early. Study the games in your niche that are already succeeding. Number three, celebrate small wins. Success in game dev is a marathon and not a sprint. Gather those small wins, reinvest, and watch them compound over time. Number four, stay resilient. There's no way around it. You're going to have to push through tough times. But that's what separates those who make it from those who don't. If this resonated with you, I'd love to have you join my free Discord community. It's full of passionate, like-minded game developers who are working towards achieving financial freedom through their games. You'll get direct access to weekly tips, insights, motivation from myself and others who have already gone through the process. Whether you're just starting or you're looking to take your game development to the next level, we've got a spot for you. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button and like the video if you found it helpful. Also, drop a comment below about your biggest struggle in game development. I'd love to hear from you. I will see you on the next one. Stay safe and peace out.